So, as forewarned, I mean, we have a situation in which American cities are at the center of this ICE crackdown, and there's indiscriminate use of force against Americans, non-Americans, people here legally, people here illegally. And on the right, nobody seems to care. In fact, they love it.
I saw a video from a local station in Chicago, and residents of a community there were describing an ICE raid and like what they saw. Two things struck me. One, they were talking about things that happened to them. They were talking about how they were treated in this ICE raid. These are the people that, I guess, by virtue of being born here in America, are entitled to being treated like human beings. The second thing is that they were all black. And I'm gonna say something, we saw this coming. We knew the neighborhoods where these ICE raids would take place. We knew that a lot of these things wouldn't happen in Beverly Hills or in Coconut Grove or any of those places like that. We knew that there would be collateral damage, that there would be trauma that would be inflicted on our communities. We knew that people would be detained, scared. We knew that children would have to see things that they shouldn't have to see. And all of this for political theater so that we look tough on immigration for everyone. It's a horror show. And I do think if it hasn't already happened, that it'll be something that even the most conservative of Americans will get tired of seeing human beings treated this way. At least that's my hope.
You know, this is unfortunate, and this is what I mean by you guys got to get off the Democrat plantation. They have no conversation or smoke for Brandon Johnson or any of these people that actually put all of these gang members and Venezuelan gang members that destroyed, tore up, and absolutely take over that apartment building and the neighborhood. So the reason why you don't see these happening in the more prestigious neighborhoods is because that's not where they put the illegal migrants. They put the illegal migrants in the hood and in places that were predominantly black. And that's the thing that black people have been complaining about. And if you actually look at the videos of the people that are on the ground, they're happy. And they can't even fully admit that they're happy that the Trump administration sent ICE agents to get these people up out of there. They are happy about the fact that they removed those people from the building. Now, when it comes to the arrests, all of those people were let go and released, but they had to find out who was who. But the fact of the matter is, they actually cleaned up the community in one day in that particular space. The thing that everybody is happy about and all black people are saying, people like him that don't know, is this. And this, again, this is why you guys have to get off the Democrat plantation, because they are fooling y'all, they tricking y'all, they trying to make it seem like, oh my God, even the most conservative of people. No, this is race baiting. This is them continuing to advocate for people that are not supposed to be in this country, terrorizing y'all communities. And this is failed leadership that's being exposed, but they trying to spin it in order to keep their shirt. This is bad, bro.
The one neighbor said the kids were crying. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner because they were bringing kids down too, had them zip tied to each other. Saying that there were trucks, military-style vans used to separate adults from kids. What's going on in
I
this
haven't
country?
seen any of this, so I certainly am not aware of particular neighborhoods that are targeted. Obviously, I support them finding and arresting people who are here illegally. And in the community they're in, again, I can't justify, I haven't seen which communities that they're targeting.
Well, one detail that's been left out is that they were targeting Tren de Aragua. And so Tren de Aragua is a violent transnational gang. They send illegal immigrants here to the United States. They traffic drugs, they traffic people, they commit violence. They inflict misery everywhere they go. And 37 people were arrested. That was the purpose of the raid. The targeting of Tren de Aragua, some of the most violent people in our hemisphere, and when they come here, nothing good happens. That was
okay. So if it was targeting, I don't think anybody has a problem with targeting. When you clear out an apartment building
children in
and
Trinidad
you
and Tobago?
zip tie children and you arrest and detain everyone.
Are the
Scott,
kids-
hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on, Scott. You and me, we're talking here, okay? If they arrest children, they arrest.
Scott is the only logical person that is on this panel. He is the person that is carrying CNN on his back with these conversations. And I'm not sure if his back is hurting, if his knees is hurting or what, but it seems like he's the only logical person that have conversations over at CNN.
Arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens, for hours, detain them, deprive them of their liberty, for no matter how long. You are fine with that.
They didn't arrest children, but
I didn't say they arrested them. They put them in zip ties. But if that makes a difference to you, go ahead.
here's what makes a difference to me. If the federal government knows that there is a nest of Tren de Aragua in a city like Chicago, they have a responsibility. They have an obligation to go get them. It is unfortunate, to answer your question, that there are children put in harm's way by these violent gangs. But that is going to be the reality.
Or is it
places.
is it unfortunate,
No,
or
okay,
is it a
Tamina,
violation of their rights? Is the question? Because
Look,
I mean, in this country, we have rights against searches
well,
and
you're
illegal
suggesting
searches
these
and
children
seizure.
should be effectively
We have
human shields
right-
for Tren de Aragua, and I don't agree with
What
that.
I'm asking, hold on, I want to make it clear. I don't like, I know that Tren de Aragua and gangs and whatever, it's a catch-all to treat people however you want, to go in there and shred the
Horrible.
Constitution or whatever else it is that you want to do. What I'm asking you is this. Do you think that children should have been zip-tied and pulled out of an apartment complex and traumatized like that? Yes or no?
I don't think children should be put in harm's way by transnational gangs.
Just answer the question. Yes or no? Do you think that children?
I don't accept the premise of your question.
I'm asking
the
you
government's not
whether or
putting
not,
children in harm's way. Tren de Aragua.
Real calm now. Real calm. Like
They're the ones putting
gentlemen
children
to
in harm's way.
Gentlemen to gentlemen, we have a responsibility for the way we treat people with the power that we have here in America.
Which is why those children should have never been subjected to the fact that illegal migrants was placed into their neighborhoods in Chicago, and the police and the mayor knew about it and they did nothing, but they let them suffer. And so the federal government actually freed those children from the tyranny of what was happening inside the Chicago neighborhoods. But it'll never go appreciated because they always try to lean on one little small talking point and try to justify their argument that drugs, gangs, and illegal migrants are supposed to still be inside of your neighborhoods. These are the people that are y'all leaders.
And we have a standard that we should treat human life with. And I'm asking you very clearly, concisely, should children be treated that way? Does Scott Jennings like that?
I don't accept the premise of your question.
All right, cool.
I don't believe that the premise of your question is accurate. I would ask you back. Should children be allowed to live in an apartment building with Tren de Aragua? Should the entire community of Chicago have to live with Tren de Aragua because they hide behind these children?
But here's the thing.
That's my question.
I think the answer to that is clear. No, they should not be put in harm's way. But the difference is in this situation is I don't want to be Tren de Aragua. I don't want my law enforcement to act like Tren de Aragua. That is the distinction.
Do you want to leave it? Do you just want to leave it and say, well, they have kids in there, let's just move on?
No, but can't law enforcement figure out a way? I don't think this is the first time children have been in an environment where dangerous people have been around them. And I'm most certain that in most of those circumstances, those children aren't zip tied and carried out like animals. What I am wondering is, okay, let's put this fact pattern on any other placement. Let's put it on a school, right? What if there was a gang member in a school? And by this calculation, it would seem like the children in the school, in order to get that one gang member or two gang members, would get.
It's not one gang member. It's 37 people
let's say
in an apartment
there's
building.
five.
It's a large apartment building. That's part of the fact pattern here. I mean, here's another one from our reporting. Tenants.
Why are they trying to convince Scott while not addressing the issue that you got illegal migrants inside of the neighborhoods in Chicago?
Said it appears everyone in the building was detained by federal officers, including U.S. citizens. It was scary, said one, because I had never had a gun in my face. That person lives in the building. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me, did I have any warrants? I told them, no, I didn't. Fisher, this person says, she was handcuffed anyway before being released around 3 a.m. and was told anyone with outstanding warrants, even if it was unrelated to immigration, would not be released. So in the, again,
Please,
like
seriously,
people live in apartment buildings all over this country.
I promise that.
Is that where we're? Is that where you should go?
Wait a second.
Should I just go to an apartment building and hide?
Scott,
Wait,
Scott.
I'm talking about the way that citizen of this country was treated. By the way, I just want to be clear. I think that everybody that's created in the image of God should be treated with respect. And I thought that part of the American ideal was that, but that's gone. I promise y'all will still be invited to Mar-a-Lago if you say that it is wrong.
I can't, bro. I just can't. I can't, bro. These, no matter how much they talk about me, no matter how much they try to make it seem like that I am against black people and the black community and all of that, you're never going to convince me that I'm not saying the right thing. I'm not standing up for American values, and that I don't have black people's best interests at heart by accountability and advocating for people to get off this fucking plantation that continues to pollute our communities and our neighborhoods. And the minute that we start taking ownership and responsibility for what we voted for and how we continue to advocate for the worst for our community, I'm going to continue to stand on my square until the end of time. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T. Genley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Miserable.